Okay, so 3D shapes or 3D letters, we come to the final part, which is colouring it in and making it look like it really is 3D. Now, we can do that quite simply. We can imagine if these letters were, for example, red, you'd have 3 different tones depending on where the light comes from. You'd have a very dark tone where the shadows are. You'd have a middle tone where the light is sort of not directly overhead, and you'd have a light tone where the light is beaming directly onto it. So for this one, I'm going to start with this A, and I'm going to imagine that the light is coming in this side. So this face of my A, I'm going to make it all one monotone colour. So to do that, I'm going to go around my edges first, and I'm going to use a medium pressure. I don't want to overdo this. I'm trying to take this nice and steady, and I'm trying to make this colour as even as possible. So once I've gone around my border, I can then start colouring it in gently. I'm going to do stippling as well, or not stippling, sorry. And do some of this on this one. Scumbling, that was it. The name was hiding for a minute. So I do a mix of back and forth and stumbling, so I can get it all one even colour. It's quite nice because now my pencil started to wear down a little bit. I'm getting a much more even colour, and it means I can go a little bit quicker. Obviously when you're colouring in, be careful there's nothing underneath your paper. Sometimes even if you've got another piece of paper underneath it, you'll get a line, which you can use to your advantage if you want to, but it's not always what you want. Alright, so I'm going to finish this off, and you can join me again in a minute. Okay, so I've coloured that in. I've been all the way around it. I've made sure that everything is beautiful. Excuse me, let me do that. And it's a pretty even colour actually. Quite pleased with that. Now, I'm imagining that the light is coming from, well this light's coming from, it's coming from this direction. So this side is nice and even, that's my middle tone. So now I need to do all the ones that are underneath a darker tone. So I'm talking about this side, I'm talking about this side, I'm talking about this side. And these are going to be my darkest one. The other part, of course, is going to be really dark, is inside this little A, inside the middle bit of the A. So, same as before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going around the outside, probably in a similar tone to what I've just done. And then I'm going to go back over the top of it, but this time I'm going to press on a little bit harder. So, as you can see, it starts to get a little bit denser. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I can go a little bit darker still, so now I'm going to press on a little bit harder again. So I'm just doing it in degrees, which is absolutely fantastic. You could try blending another colour in with this, very lightly. You could put a dark blue in it. I wouldn't use black. Black is a very powerful colour, and it does, if you're not careful, it would really darken this and make it go a bit wonky. If you think about sunlight and shadows, shadows are not usually black, they're actually slightly blue. So I would use a navy blue if you can't. Right, I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I'm nearly there now. I think I'm going to have this side actually is where the light's going. I was going to have it this way around, but I think actually this side will be the best side for it. So, this edge here needs to be the lightest shade of all. I've obviously pressed quite hard on this one. I know where my mid-tone is, so now I can do this as gently and as lightly as I possibly can. I'm not going to go very hard at all on this because I don't want it to make too much of an impact. I am just going to rub that in a little bit though, so that the shape is there, or the colour's there. I'm going to do the same on this edge. I'm going to do it really, really light all over to start off with. Rub it in. So I've sort of got my shape there. But obviously, this bit here is going to be underneath a table, basically. This is like the underneath of a table here. So this bit here is going to have a shadow in it. So I'm going to actually go back over this and actually blend some of this in here. So it looks like it's casting a shadow to the back. I'm stumbling with this. I'm sort of going around in little circles, so it's not too harsh. There we go. Gently blending it. Because the other thing as well is the shadow obviously would be darker at the back, the light's coming from this way, than if it was coming that way. So there we go, there's my finished A. I hope it looks realistic and I hope it's giving you some ideas. Next video I'll do curves, and curves are different because you have to vary the tone as you go along. So tune back in soon and I'll finish off my other one. Good luck.